So this information in this first box, this is all information that we went over in week 1, and it's found mainly on the I page in book 1. One thing I do want to point out is, so this concept right here, 0 plus 0i. We know that when you have a number right next to another number or an integer, that means that you're multiplying. And we know that anything times 0 is going to be 0. So 0 plus 0i is the complex form of 0. And you'll see this complex form concept quite a bit on these next 4 pages. So then we have the diagram right here. We filled this out in class, but it is also found on chart 2-1 right there up top. So you can copy down all that information onto here. So then this next part, it's wanting you just to read this and then, discuss it with your student. And then over here, the information is found in this picture right here, can be represented on a number. Well, that's a line, and represented by that right there is the answer. It's a point. Moving on down, we're already halfway done with the page. So moving on down, it says to study the pattern and memorize. We're going to be working on this throughout challenge A, for sure, the first part. The important thing to know is that I to the first power equals -1. I squared, is this equals the square root of -1. I squared is -1. I cubed is -I, and I to the power of 4 is 1. So just go over this, study it, try to start to memorize it. And then over here, they want you to match up certain things. So we have a plus 0i. That is the form that we're looking at. So a is any integer. So that matches up to this one right here, 3 plus 0i. 3 is the integer that we have put in for a. And then standard means, like what would the answer be, the simplified version of this? Well, we know that 0 times I is going to be 0. So 3 plus 0, the answer is 3. Moving down here, we have 0 plus bi. So b is now that variable. And we have plugged in 3 right here for this variable. This is the same format. Well, 0 plus 3i, anything plus 0 is that same number, so that is our answer. The important concept that they're wanting you to learn here is that if there is a double negative, that turns into a positive, and if you see a positive and a negative together, then that's going to be a negative. So let's take a look right here. There's a minus bi. That's going to be the same. If we were to break this up, if we were to do negative bi, that means we're going to add, we're going to add negative bi. So that's the same here. A is our variable. We're plugging 5 in for that. B is another variable. We're plugging 7 in. So that is 5 plus negative 7i. Well, if we were just to make that nice and simple, there's no need to keep that positive sign there. We can just make it how it is here. 5 minus 7i. So that's the answer. And then right here, a double negative equals a positive. So that's why 4 plus 6i is the same as 4 minus negative 6i. And then where it says write the irrational approximation, this is found, here we go. So this is found on chart 2-2. So let me, the information right here, chart 2-2, they just want you to copy that down. Now, so this is my book from last year, and I know that if you purchase the new books this year, they do look a little different. There are some slight changes, but the concepts are the same. So yeah, you're still doing the same thing. So if yours doesn't look exactly like this, don't freak out. So here we go. And this is still easy work. It's just wanting you to literally copy. So, and the whole point of this is just to get your student used to writing fractions and these pi symbols and the I and the, I believe it's called phi symbol, because they're going to be writing it throughout the rest of the book. So you're literally just copying because that's what they want you to do. So we have pi plus pi I equals pi plus pi I, phi plus phi I equals phi plus phi I. Super simple. So I will point out, if you have the books from last year, this is one of the mistakes that was listed in the corrections online. There's supposed to be a negative sign right there. So if you have last year's books, you need to put a negative sign. Okay, so this is wanting you just to fill this in with the hidden zeros. And this is simply wanting you to just follow the pattern that is listed for you right here. So we have 4 equals 4 plus 0i. We know that anything times 0 is going to be 0. So we have 4 equals 4 plus 0i. So 4i plus 0 equals 4i because we're not adding anything, right? So negative 4 equals, let's just go back and look at this one because in our first number right here, we don't have that imaginary number, so let's just follow the same pattern that's in this one. Remember, this one is 4 equals 4 plus 0i, so negative 4 equals negative 4 plus 0i. And here we're going to follow this pattern because that one has the I in our first number here. Where this one was just 4i, this one's negative 4i equals 0 plus 4i, 0 minus 4i. So we just follow the same pattern here. 1/8 equals 1/8 plus 0i. 1/8i equals 0 plus 1/8i. So let's just follow that pattern. Negative 1/8 equals negative 1/8. And we're just going to add in that hidden 0 plus 0i. Negative 1/8i equals 0 minus 1/8i, and same with the pi. You can just follow that same pattern. It's not wanting you to know how to solve any of these things, know how to work with I. It's just wanting you to follow a pattern.